Happy Monday and welcome to EPSY 3413, Child and Adolescent Development. I'm Ms. Tierney, and in this video we're going to go over a little bit about Brightspace and also the syllabus. So let's jump in. So since this is a completely online class, all of our work will be completed in Brightspace. So let's look at it. So some of you have already been in the course, and I've seen that, and that's great. Thank you for your eagerness. But this main page is what I really call our hub. This is where news items will be listed. This is where I put overviews for the week. It is also where I put updates throughout the week. I also may put important information that I want to get out to everybody quickly. But I will say I try to keep this uncluttered and maybe post 1 or 2 times throughout the week in here. If you would like these news items sent directly to your email, you can make this adjustment for yourself by clicking on the little caret and then come down to notifications. You can choose when to have information sent to you. I choose daily at 2 p.m., but you can choose whatever works best for you. You can also choose what notifications you receive. So if you'd like news items when they're updated or when they become available, you can click these. If you would like to know when your grades are updated or released, you can click on these. Discussion forums, things like that. You can customize what you receive and when you receive it. So maybe daily is too much, or I guess that's the only thing you can choose. But when, I guess I should say. All right, so let's go back here to Course Help. Another thing on the hub, the main page, I have the calendar of upcoming events over here. So at a quick glance, you can see what's due and when. So students have indicated that's pretty helpful. Concerning your textbook, I have posted the first chapter on Brightspace, and I'll show you where that is in just a moment. But I would encourage you to get your textbook within the next week or so you can jump in and be ready for the first quiz next week. All right, so along the top we have all of these menus that we will be using throughout the semester. So the content section is where I put all of the content. So you'll be able to access it pretty easily each week. I have over on the left hand side, you'll have week by week by week, and then you'll have the dates when they begin. So each week we'll have an overview or a description of things that you'll complete. You'll have a checklist for those who actually like to check with all the due dates, and then the assignments that you'll need to complete. That will all be in the content section each week. The syllabus is available for you to review, so you can take a look at it there. There's also a syllabus attachment with university policies if you would like to read those. In student resources is where I've posted the first chapter, so everyone will have access to the material for next week's quiz and discussions, so that's available in PDF. We'll also be using the discussion forums, and we'll have those set up week by week. You'll be using the Dropbox, quizzes, class list. You can look and email other students. Your grades, this is where you will go to look at your updated grades, and I do try to keep those updated pretty quickly for you all, so you can know where you stand in the class at any time. Chat, if you're not familiar with chat, this is an online synchronous chat, so it's real time. So I have virtual office hours specifically for online students that I think is helpful. I've set it up for Tuesday from 10 a.m. to noon. So I'll be online at that time, and you can log in, send me a message. Just know that this is a general chat. Everyone can see it. So if it's something that you need that's more personal to you, grades, don't put anything about grades or special circumstances, things like that, personal sensitive information. But I'll be online, so you can send me an email, and I'll get back to you right away in that instance. So that is Brightspace. There's a lot to it, but I think that it's set up pretty well so you can get kind of a full experience and interact with fellow students, be able to stay engaged with me. I'll leave feedback in gradebook areas and things like that. So I think it's a good tool for us. All right, so let's move to the syllabus. And I'll go through this as if I'm in class with you all. So I'm AJ Tierney. My face-to-face office is in Willard 218. So if you would like to drop by and see me for office hours there, I'm there Thursday 3 to 4:30. If you do plan to come by and see me, it's nice to get a heads up that you'll be there and kind of at what time, as I may have stepped away from my desk or something. So that would be nice. Email is the best way to contact me. So put that in your address book, phone, whatever, and I'll get back to you within 24 hours typically, unless it's the weekend. But if it goes beyond 24 hours and it's not the weekend, feel free to send me a follow-up message. I may not have received it. It may have gone to the junk or spam folder. I won't go through all of these things. I would encourage you to read them so you know kind of what's coming for the course. The course objectives, we're really going to spend some time with theories and theorists and the research in the field of child and adolescent development. I really like to make connections to the future careers that you all are considering. We'll look at domains, we'll look at different developmental stages, and then some cultural and social factors that impact development and may have an impact on your future career choices. Okay, and we're going. So I do want to say that the expectations and a workload schedule for an online course is really important to keep in mind at the beginning of the semester as you're planning your weeks and your months and how this class fits in with your other classes and your other obligations, work and personal, that we would meet 3 hours a week in an online, face-to-face class. Let's see if I can get this straight. So that's minimum, right? And then there would be the expectation that you would do work outside of that, reading, preparing projects, completing assignments, doing research. So on average, you're going to spend anywhere from 6 to 9 hours a week on this course. So again, as you're planning, kind of keep that in mind. Okay, make sure that your technology is where it needs to be and you know how to work it. And if it doesn't work, you know how to get it fixed. Since this is a completely online class, the expectation is that you have access to working technology. If you don't, check into, or if you encounter a problem, check into using laptops at the school, in the library, computer labs, and maybe do that sooner rather than later just so you know your backups. If you use an email other than your okstate.edu email account, I would suggest that you forward your OK State email to the one that you do check, because that is where I will be sending messages, and I want to make sure that you get all the information from me that you need. So these are basically all of our assignments for the semester, so you can see them all up front. We'll have some quizzes, some discussion board activities, some research mini projects, reflection paper, exams, program survey, research requirement. And of course some of these we'll go over when it's time to go over it. But we won't be adding any assignments, we won't be taking any assignments away, so you'll know what to expect going in. The discussion forums in this class work a little differently, and I won't overwhelm you with how that's set up now, but we'll have a facilitator, we'll have participants, and I'm hoping that it will engage really in a discussion and help us go deeper into the material. And I'll make another little video before we do our first discussion forum next week. We'll have our mini projects, reflection paper, exams, and you can read all of these more. A research participation requirement, we'll have 2 options, and in the next couple of weeks we'll go over those options as well. Late work policy is a case-by-case in my classes. I would say that you need to email me as soon as you realize you're having an issue with something. That that is best practice in my class. We have some extra credit opportunities. I will be adding some probably throughout the semester if I see that there's something that we can add that's beneficial to the class. You can read all about the university policies. Students with disabilities, I would encourage you that if you know that you have a disability already that you need an accommodation for, get that process started sooner rather than later. If you're not sure or you think you might have a disability, there's some hidden disabilities, anxiety, depression, mental illnesses, dyslexia, ADHD. There are lots of disabilities that the Student Disabilities Office can help with and guide you in the best way to support you as a student. So I'd encourage you to reach out and see if there's something that can help you be as successful as you can be while you are here at OSU. I have the tentative schedule here, and it's set up week by week by week. And so that's our syllabus. That's our bright space. I'll wrap it up. We're over 10 minutes. Like I said, this won't be as long in the future, but I look forward to a fantastic semester with you all. And if you have questions, comments, concerns, feel free to email me and I'll get back to you. Have a great first day of classes, and I look forward to talking to you all towards the end of the week.